Welcome to Atlanta Tarot. This is the tarot forecast for Aries for the month of August, including late July. So the zodiac season is Leo. So Leo's element is definitely fire. So things should be on the move this next 4 weeks for you, Aries, which is a welcome blast after the time of Cancer, which is very much about water and emotions and kind of a bit stagnant somehow for some fire signs, I know for sure. So let's see, you are in your 5th house. It's the house of fun. Sorry, I just have to something. Yep. Yeah, so the house of fun, the house of children, the house of creativity. All those elements will blend together to make this 4 weeks quite exciting and fun. You might meet someone just, you know, off the bat. It might be just you know, very quick connection. You may just go out with friends, have fun, focus on the lighter side of life rather than getting bogged down in the mire, all those kind of things. But definitely moving forward, Aries, so that will bode well for you. Okay, so let's see the energy around. And we have the King of Wands. So the King of Wands energy is a big energy. It's all about leadership. It's about, the energy embodies, it can be, obviously, it's another person. It's a very male energy, obviously. And it just, the elements of it are leadership, you know, getting ahead, doing what you have to do. Another really poignant energy aspect of the King of Wands is the guy, you know, the person that travels. He comes and he goes. He's sort of flying in and flying out all the time. He's one of those sort of high caliber, high voltage sort of energies. So that sort of equals inspiration for a lot of people, especially for the fellow fire signs. So King of Wands, and this indeed could be a male who is at the centre of your inquiry for this 4 weeks. Okay, let's go and see where you are right now. And we have the Emperor. More male energy. Emperor is really about getting to, really going places, but he knows how to get to the top, and he aims for the top. So it's all about this ambition. It's about strategy. It's about how you're going to sort of achieve your goal. So as usual, you know, you really need to implement some strong discipline with this. So it's not going to be an easy feat. It's going to take a bit of time, hard work, strategy, discipline to get to where you want to go. Also, once again, because it is a male energy, this could be this male energy that's sort of around you for this month. So he really takes no prisoners. He's very good at controlling things as well. So if you've got that element of control going on, Aries, with this male energy this month, well, you just have to sort of go with that and see. But we'll see what the other cards say. You can't just tell from the first card. But it's a big male energy, so it's all about sort of achievement, getting to where you want to go, but really having all your ducks in a row, basically, Aries, to get to the end point. The influencing card that will influence this Emperor and the rest of the reading. 2 of Cups. So could well be a soulmate person. Obviously is a soulmate person for many of you, this connection, and this could also describe what's been going on. I know for Aries, they've had a bit of a bumpy road the last couple of months. For some of my Aries people, it's been a bit rough, but this 2 of Cups sort of, to me, it talks about this could be this soulmate energy you've been dealing with, and so therefore you're dealing with this Emperor and also this King of Wands. So very forceful male energy. And for Aries, they're very independent people. Aries, you're very independent. So this, from their point of view as well, it probably, they're just like, oh, I can't control this Aries person. It's just too independent for me. It's not, I love them to death and everything, but they're just too hard to control, basically. But the soulmate energy is there, so that sort of says to me that it is a soulmate sort of lesson. So you have to kind of factor that in, Aries, and maybe that's the sort of answer that you've been looking for over these last couple of months, may or may not. However, on the other hand, if it's not a relationship style inquiry for you, it could be just this is something that you're really aspiring to sort of achieve this goal, and you will indeed achieve it. So nice card though, Aries, to sort of go through the whole 4 weeks. 2 of Cups is emotions. It's really nice. It's hand fitting perfectly in a glove. So there you go. Let's have a look at the background. And we have the Queen of Cups. So the Queen, the waiting Queen, basically. She's the receptive Queen. She's the intuitive Queen. She knows when to sit back and do nothing and say nothing and just wait. It's the only way, sometimes it's the only way to sort of manage these, especially these soulmate relationship issues. Sometimes it's easier just to withdraw, I think, Aries, and just sit and say nothing for a while and let things settle, rather than, you know, go all in and start asking whys and wanting explanations. The Queen of Cups doesn't do that. She just sits and is receptive to what comes her way, and if nothing comes her way, she's quite happy to sit and be intuitive about it and think, well, no news is good news, actually. Let's just, you know, get through this time. So really nice card, actually, especially for you, Aries, with your independent nature, to just kind of, you know, practice just sitting with it for a while. There's no need to do anything. Recent influences. 10 of Pentacles. Doing well on the finance front, everything's secure, grounded. So you're very grounded at the moment, especially after what's been going on. You know where you want to go, you know what you want to achieve. It's time to just focus on that, I guess. But that's grounded. So in the house of the 5th house, you're very much like, go out and have a bit of fun now and just relax and kick up your heels. Don't be so worried, because things are looking good and you're sort of really going with the flow and just letting things emerge as they will. So very grounded here. The lesson you'll be learning, the 8 of Cups. And I remember you got this, I think it was last month as well, for June. Yes, you did. So that's that walking away and just sort of leaving it and walking and focusing on other things for a while, because whatever's going on with these male energies here, there's something, or whatever the relationship is with, but it's a male energy, if you know what I mean. You just need to sort of deviate and not pay too much attention at the moment. You've got to kind of walk away and let it just be what it's going to be, because the more you try and push, the worse it'll be. Okay, even especially if it's a soulmate energy, you've just got to know when to be a Queen of Cups. Whether male or female, just be the Queen of Cups. So yeah, keeping away from that relationship at the moment. There's something going on there that's too confined, and it's just not the time to sort of try and push boundaries at all. That's the lesson. Near future, you have Queen of Pentacles, and that's you feeling a lot more grounded about things, and just sort of really enjoying having people over, you know, being in the home, just going out, doing whatever you want, but feeling grounded and knowing who you are in that sense, Aries, and knowing that you can just ride out this storm or ride out this emotional time that's been going on, but by just distracting yourself from what's happened to sort of just trying another way, being the Queen of Pentacles. And she's very grounded. She's very much a person people like to gather around. She's sort of home and hearth queen, but very sort of, yeah, realistic, down to earth. And so there you go, using that energy up coming into perhaps the first week of August, you'll feel a lot more secure, I think, too, is one of the buzzwords of the Queen of Pentacles. She feels good within her own skin. Okay, let's see what's happening that you're not realising. Eight of Pentacles, so doing really well, actually. Apart from anything else, this is like the mature, this is the card of somebody that decides, I've got one career, but now I've reached what I wanted to reach there. Now I want to add something else in. But it's also a time to sort of reach out and do new things, even though at the moment things emotionally might be a bit unclear. In career and sort of your daily life, you can always find new things to become immersed into, and you'll do really well at them. You've got some 3 lots of Pentacles here this month, Aries, so that's kind of really grounding for you, and that's nice. So doing really well there, looking at new things to achieve, which is really good as well, especially when you're feeling a bit fragile emotionally. It's good to sort of get your teeth into something else that's going to pay off for you and you can see results. How others see you. The Hierophant. So the interpreter of the sacred mysteries, very much a high spiritual card, very much a moral compass card. So you've got to take that, absolutely. This Hierophant is just about what does your moral compass tell you is the right thing to do. So what you're learning, I think, this month, Aries, is just to really trust your intuition and your moral compass. So that's how people are seeing you, quite serene and just going with the flow. And if that's how they see you, but then you can embody that as well, Aries, especially, you know, if you have come out of a bit of a tumultuous time, it's nice to, you know, sort of embed yourself in something else so that you just feel like, yeah, okay, this is a cycle, this is a new cycle for me, I'm going to go for this. So beautiful card. Trust your moral compass, because everyone else thinks you do. Positive feelings. 10 of Cups, and we all want the 10 of Cups in our positive feelings. We'd all like to achieve those great relationships, those sort of, like it's a marriage card, but it's a good connection card, I'd say, because marriage, I just think that's a bit sort of outdated, whereas connection, and a connection that can be built on and worked with, that's what we all would like to do emotionally. So that's very much on your mind. But then again, I feel like this is good for you, this to aspire to that, but then just keep that in mind and move on with what you've got going on this month, as long as you're sort of moving forward, Aries, because you're not people that like to be still or go backwards. Okay, so nice 10 of Cups. And also assessing the way you view a relationship or a marriage or whatever, that connection. It can be a double-edged sword, as we know, Aries. So, but I think that's what this is saying to you, this reading, is it's just, you know, you're good at many things. And that will come. Okay, final outcome. And we have the King of Swords. So we have clarity coming in at the end. So, you know, in August proper, Leo proper, we get that clarity coming in with the King of Swords. We get to see what's going on. We maybe get explanations that we were waiting on, that we haven't been able to elicit from as yet. Male energy, once again, there's a lot of male energy here. And I might just say, I forgot to mention that where you are right now is your own card. The Emperor belongs to Aries, so you will know that energy. So you have to sort of honour that. Be that person that strives for your results and your achievements. So sorry to divert, but to go back to the King of Swords, he's very much that legal, clear thinking king most of the time, but then on the other side he can be a bit of a spin doctor. He can sort of say what you want to hear and think. But I think by the time you get up to that energy, Aries, you'll be well versed in it, and you'll be, yeah, you will have to just go, yeah, well, you know, talk's fine, but, you know, doing is more, you know, you don't want someone just telling you what you want to hear, or it's a bit too much. So that can be the double-edged sword of the King of Swords. He can give you clarity, but he can always spin a good yarn and tell you, oh, you know, all these things you want to hear, and then later on you feel like, oh. But don't forget, you're in the house of fun, so go out and have fun, but don't take everything to heart, especially with this time, because you're moving through this soulmate connection and trying to learn, and you're learning from it. So if it sounds too good to be true, or you think, oh, you're too, you know, the words, too much word spin here. Okay, let's see what the beautiful Wisdom of Avalon Oracle cards have got to say. And I'm going to pop it this time on the Eight of Cups, which is your lesson. Okay, so what is it for you? What is your... Okay, the little book. As I said, I'm still learning them. And we have the dragon. So this is really amazing. 24. So the dragon is, and it opened on the page, Aries, you wouldn't believe it. So the dragon is about power and strength. The dragon comes to offer you its power and strength to protect and fortify you on this leg of your journey. The dragon symbolises true power and reminds you that this finite source is not found within your personality or ego. True power resides deep within your soul, so call on the dragon's spiritual power and strength. You will find a vast resource to strengthen your resolve through morality, integrity and purpose. If you're struggling with these issues, dragon will restore them to you. Remember that the power of the spiritual world can never be broken, and true strength is found within, not in the outside world. Never mistake a gentle man for a weak one. Watch for a signal. The dragon always makes the next step clear. It gives you the power to take it. How gorgeous is that? Thank you so much for listening, Aries. I hope you have a really good, fun month.